Hello, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in to the Rhythmic Resonance Podcast. This is your host, TR, and this week I sat down with Curly. Bailey is a local artist from Southeast Montana and is definitely someone to keep your eyes and ears on. Growing up in Oklahoma and eventually landing in Colstrip, Bailey was constantly surrounded by music, taking influence from a wide variety of artists like Eminem, the Black Eyed Peas, Outkast, and many, many more. Releasing his first mixtape in college to recently dropping a personal favorite self-produced album earlier this year, Corner Store Volume 1, Curly infuses elements of underground hip-hop and R&B to create an infectious sound mixed with relatable lyrics. But before I say too much, here's Curly on the Rhythmic Resonance Podcast, episode number 20 at Area 41 Collective. So, where are you from?
I was born in Billings, Montana.
Okay.
Grew up there for about a couple years, but I grew up in Oklahoma. I grew up in Tulsa, Collinsville, Bartlesville, around that area.
Oh, sweet.
Northeastern Oklahoma. And then I really grew up most of my life in southeastern Montana, so like Colstrip. I lived there for a good majority of my life. And then I lived in I went to high school in Forsyth, so that's where I was last. But then I lived at least a year. Well, actually, I lived 2 years now in Miles City because my sister, she lived there.
Okay.
But I at least stayed there after I came back from Wyoming. I went there for college and stuff.
Okay. Sweet.
But yeah, no, I've been around a little bit, but not everywhere yet.
For sure. Well, what was it kind of like growing up in Oklahoma? Like, I'm very unfamiliar with that area.
I mean, all I can remember from growing up in Oklahoma, like I at least remember when we were living in Collinsville.
Mm-hmm.
And like back in the day, it was like, land was kind of cheap in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Especially on the res.
Huh?
So like we lived on the Cherokee res a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And we had like a nice little spot. I kind of moved around a lot, so I remember so many different places.
For sure.
And it was something just because, my mom originally is from like Arizona, Oklahoma and such. So like growing up there, it was just like her mom's side of the family, or her mom's side of the family, not her mom's mom. And it was kind of, it was like a little country because, like them folks down there, they're definitely a little country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Down south?
Man.
100%.
Yeah. No, it was a trip, too, because there's some, because my mom, she's Hispanic and Cherokee.
Okay.
Her skin brown, so I remember, there's racist moments that, she would encounter, and we would encounter, too, just because... but I mean, other than that, like Oklahoma was actually a decent time, just in terms of like at least being with my direct family.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like my dad, jack of all trades, so I remember we used to have a tree house in the back, and bro, that took a minute for him to make and shit, but
right.
It was cool though.
Yeah. Like when it was done though.
Yeah.
Living it up.
Man, so there's like one time my siblings and their friends, bro, it was like raining. They went up there. I went up there with them and they were all like getting down, heading into the house. I was like, oh, I want to too. Back in the day, I used to wear like, they had cowboy boots. So I took somebody's pair of cowboy boots. Yeah. And bro, I just like slipped through like underneath, dropped all the way from the treehouse.
How high up was it?
Bro, it was high. Cause I ran into the house crying. I was like, I broke my leg. I didn't broke my leg, but I ran into the house crying. And fuck, bro, like I think it was like a good like 10, 15 feet. Like,
damn.
Yeah, it was high up there, bro. Like
scary.
Yeah, it was crazy. But yeah, no, I'm the youngest out of all of my siblings.
Okay.
So I don't know. There was times I was like left alone because everybody else was like, my parents are at work, my siblings are at school, so I'd just be stuck at the house trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Man, it was a little wild too because I was kind of a little shithead child. But what do you expect?
No, dude, 100%. Like you have all this time on your hands and all this freedom.
Yeah,
and they kind of leave you to your own devices, and you're just like, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. Like whatever. I rule the house.
Yeah.
I rule the street. Everything. That's on me.
Man, and like another thing, like I don't know, growing up in Oklahoma, that's when I like first really saw like real life too. Was like, because there was this like, both of my parents were, dealing with their addictions. And, I've like there was a lot of things that kind of coincides with that. But I mean, like, me and my siblings kind of just like, when you watch and see them do the same thing, you're like, oh, what y'all doing? I want to do it too.
100%.
And, kind of.
You just follow in the footsteps a little bit, you know what I mean? Because like that's what you've seen, or like that's what's normal.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, bro. I mean, I kind of always like moved around my whole life. Like I've went up and down from Oklahoma quite a few times. I moved around a lot in Colstrip and like just going back and forth from like Miles City and then, family up and move and go to Forsyth. And I mean, that's when my parents divorced. So when I was in Forsyth, that's when like my dad and my mom, my stepmom, they were together. And I mean, we moved only like 2 times. They got like this one house, but foundation was cracked. They ended up getting another house. And, dad came in, just
gutted,
did the whole damn thing, just put in hella work on there. I mean, you look at that house now, man, like he built a fence around it. He waited until he get a whole tub. And when I got out of college and shit, and he got a whole tub. He's like, yeah, look at this. I'm like, what the fuck was that when we were in school? Like, we didn't have that shit.
Yeah, they're enjoying the spoils of the hard work.
Yeah, and he was like, well,
no
y'all
more
did
kids.
Yeah, he was like, y'all didn't have that shit because y'all would have fucked it up. I'm like, you know what? You probably right.
You're probably right. 100%. Well, I guess the next question I was gonna ask is like, what did you kind of do when you were growing up? Like, what were you into? Were you like into sports, music?
Yeah.
Like, what were you hanging with your friends outside? Like, what were you kind of into?
I mean, all of that, to be honest. I mean, Oklahoma was like real pretty in the summertime just because, they had the fireflies. Oh, yeah. So like my brother would sit there, catch them in jars and stuff, and we just look at them. And I would just like try to like get the fireflies to like, get on my skin.
Yeah.
But I mean, growing up in, like, my mom always like played music, so like I would always just listen to music. I used to have this thing back in the day where every time I listen to music, I literally sit on a chair like this, right back and forth to the rhythm. And if I didn't have music, bro, I was making music, and I was just like humming, using my teeth as drums, just like doing the whole 9,
hands, fingers,
and I would just like. What I would try to do, like, back in the day was I would just, like, dream and just, like, dream of something different because part of it was because I wasn't appreciative of what was around me, but also, like, a lot of the things that I've seen growing up, it was kind of, like, dark places all the time. So, but I've, like, when I kind of always just, like, listen to music, play video games. I was always with the friends. We go outside. Cold Strip was like the best times because like it would be me and I had my 3 cousins. Shout out Dawson, Garrett, and Evan, the Buckaloos. Man, like it would be me and my brother. We get our friend Jerry Heath, man. We all just like get a bunch of friends around the neighborhood too. Try to have airsoft wars, bro. You know, they had like hills in the back too because we like in Cold Strip. Cold Strip was like, it's like spread out like Belgrade almost.
Sure.
You know,
Yeah.
Like it's exactly like that.
Okay.
And like the high school and the elementary school was like, you know, towards like the entrance and exit of the town. If you go on I-90, then you hit I-94 instead of, you know, when you get past Billings.
Yeah.
And like it's like 4 or 5 miles before you get to Forsyth. There's the exit to Cold Strip and towards like Lame Deer and
right off the
Cheyenne Res.
Yeah.
So you take that exit, you take that old highway, and then like you'll see the Rosebud Power Plant is what they call, you know, not the big Cold Strip one, but you see the Rosebud Power Plant.
Yeah.
And then you see the first neighborhood like off to your left, like you kind of pass by the schools, and then you see that first neighborhood that's like right by the bridge, and we used to live there. And we used to do that all the time. Just like I always just go and like either kick it with them, or if anything, a lot of my favorite moments was school because I just wanted to go to school and just like be around new people, see different things, because it's just like being at home. I wasn't really too grateful for it, you know, because there's
it's hard to be home too, you know, sometimes, especially when you're alone and, you know, and you're not around all the friends and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you're just at home. Like you want to be hanging out with your people and your friends, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember like my parents, we all will always be gone. So like every time they were gone, like my siblings used to always watch over us.
Yeah.
Like my oldest sister used to always like was always in charge. But if it wasn't her, then it was my brother. And I'm like really attached to like my siblings just because of that, you know. And not only just because of that, there's like a lot of instances that they were there, but I mean they used to always like watch over me, take care of me. Always make sure that I was like, you know, doing my shit, make sure I got everything completed, because if we didn't, parents would come home, get straight to busting our ass, you know. He'd be like, oh, the dishes ain't done? Bam! You know, get straight to business. But I mean, like a lot of my free time, I really was just like at home, and what I would do at home was just try to listen to music, because like that was the only thing that I can escape from. It's the only thing that actually made me feel like great.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it gave me a sense of like peace that I was like looking for in the times, because I was just like escaping life, trying to, you know, not deal with anything.
Yeah.
And like that was always my go-to, was that. And then, you know, I think I was like 11 or 12 when I would go over to my cousins. This is like after I moved back in with my pops, after like my mom scrammed out of Montana. I would go over to my cousins, and we, you know, they had like phones and stuff, and they would just like play shit on their speakers, and we just like play beat and stuff, and just try to freestyle back in the day too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of great times, bro.
Yeah. What were you kind of listening to early on, like when you were younger, like what, like genre wise, or like even like artists, like what kind of was your favorite stuff to listen to back then?
Like back in Oklahoma, I think my top 3 artists in Oklahoma that I can really remember, because my mom, she listens to everything. My dad loved that divorced dad rock, you know, like he loved that, you know, and he also loves like heavy metal, and you know, he loves like, you know, I would say like the 3 artists was like 3 Days Grace,
Okay.
Chris Brown, and Rascal Flatts.
Oh.
And it wasn't until like, of course, you know, I gotta say, I gotta add 2 more, because, you know, my mom loved Timbaland, like Timbaland. If anything, she loved Justin Timberlake, but like for me, Timbaland, 100%, bro, because it's like Step Up. When I watched Step Up, like those were my movies back in the day. Like that was the shit to me, man.
Bro.
Like So like, yeah, bro, it was like them. And then when we were moving, my oldest sister, she showed me Eminem. But when she showed me Eminem, I was like 4, 5 at the time. So she was like, yeah, this is Eminem. I was thinking she was talking about the candy Eminems, so I was like, they cuss? You know what I mean?
Like they cuss in music?
Yeah.
What?
I was like, they make music? Is dad going crazy? Like I remember that was the first song because it was like My Dad Gone Crazy by Eminem. That was like my first song I heard by him.
Yeah.
And when I moved to Montana, I was just really hooked on like hip hop and rap at that point. Cause I was bumping like Tech Nine, Hops In, Eminem, Machine Gun Kelly, but then I was also listening to like Bun B.
Oh, dude, Bun B.
Yeah, bro.
That's a deep cut.
What group was he part of? UGK.
Right. MC.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Yeah.
So like.
No, yeah. Bun B was a part of UGK. Yeah.
So listening to them,
I think.
And I really like listening to like a lot of pop music too, because my mom also was listening to pop music.
Yeah.
So like whatever was playing on the radio, but like she would listen to everything from country to R&B to like she got her dad's taste for sure because my Papa Daryl, he loves that 70s rock. Oh yeah. Like man, I ain't gonna lie, like 38 Special.
Oh, come on, man. That's what my parents listened to.
Yeah, man. Like yeah, man.
70s, 80s, like, that's the good stuff, bro.
Man, it was, bro. I mean, I don't know. Like, after that, I was kind of just, like, listening to everything.
Yeah.
And I really got hooked on, like, Kendrick and stuff, too, at the time when I was, like, diving deep into, like, Tech Nine. And, like, of course, like, in Miles City, my situation in Miles City was, like, you know, we lived in the low-income apartments. Mom kept getting fired from jobs because reasons.
For sure.
And I remember I used to go over to my brother. I call him my brother because him and his family like took care of me when I was over there. They also knew about the situation too. But one of my best friends, shout out Anthony, I used to always go over to his house. He basically like took care of me over there, you know. But he had his older brother Austin. His older brother Austin was just like bumping Wiz Khalifa, Kevin Gates, bumping
Kevin
50 Cent all the time. And like I was just, you know, growing up, I had a lot of people who would always bump 50 Cent. So I didn't really wasn't in tune with 50 Cent until like I really was, and I stopped lying to myself. Yeah. But like, yeah, man, it was like him. And then I would even just take their phone. I was like listening to B.O.B., Macklemore.
Yeah, man.
Man, who else? There's like so many other artists that like I'm forgetting for real.
No.
I forgot to say, growing up.
Yeah.
Black Eyed Peas.
Yeah, bro. 100%.
Where's the Love was my all-time favorite song, and I just loved that guitar in there. I remember there was like one day I took my mom's phone, and I think I was like, this was like back in Miles City. I took her phone, started listening to music while I was just on the swings, and just hearing that guitar every single time I reached the high, come back down. It's like, doom, 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 doom. You know what I'm saying? It's just, bro, it hit.
Yeah. No, I feel that, dude. I would be doing the same thing. Like, my mom had this like iPod Classic, and I would find all the music I wasn't allowed to listen to, and I would upload it on my mom's iPod, and then I'd go into iTunes and I'd change the names of the songs and the artists. So
you
it was like
do that?
100%, dude.
My God.
Like, and it was some like Christian. I'd change it to like some Christian worship song or whatever, and then I'd like. And then I'd be listening to like Forever by Lil Wayne and Drake.
Oh, yeah.
While like my mom is, and I'd go in and find the cover art for that Christian song and I'd replace it. So like she looks at my playlist on her iPod and she's like, oh man, Andrew's listening to some great stuff. Like I'm so happy. Meanwhile, I'm out there listening to like Michael Jackson, Thriller, and I'm listening to Drake and I'm listening to Kendrick and Kevin Gates. And then just like all in this. So I feel that, dude, like just listening to like all sorts of different music, like Daft Punk and Black Eyed Peas and like all that kind of stuff.
I was about to say another one growing up for me too. Like what my first taste into hip hop was actually Outkast.
Damn,
like especially like, cause bro, I remember every single. It was Outkast and Snoop Dogg, cause every single time, like we grew up playing video games. My dad was a huge gamer, like you know, and my mom was too, cause she actually had her grandparents like would send her the newest consoles when they came out when she was younger. So she was like a Mortal Kombat goddess. She was putting belt to ass like every single time. And bro, I remember like growing up, me and my brother, I always watched my brother play Need for Speed Underground 2, bro. So every time you start that bitch up, what's the first song? Riders of the Storm. Dun, dun. And it was the mix with Snoop, bro. And then after that, bro, so fresh, so clean, bro. Just plays in.
Bro.
So like, man, yeah, bro. Outkast was definitely like one of my first starts too, bro. Cause
that's a great influence.
It really is, bro. Like artistically, bro. I love Outkast, bro. I love everything that I like. The Love Below, and the Speaker Box, Staconia, AT-Aliens, bro. Like, bro. I remember Spotty Oddie Dopalicious, bro.
Yes.
Like, every time that song came on, damn, James, like that.
So good,
bro.
It's just like music that makes you feel something.
It does.
You know, it's like contagious and it has energy and like it's a good vibe too. You know, like all of those songs are just like feelings and energy, dude. All of that.
And I'm forgetting like so many other influences too, just because like, you know, like I said, my mom was listening to like everything. Like we had CDs, so there's like songs I don't even remember, bro. Like even Michael Jackson was being played. I used to listen to Michael Jackson one time because I found like a CD.
Yeah.
But another big one too was T-Pain, bro. I love T-Pain. Like my favorite song growing up, by T-Pain. I'm in love with a stripper. And like, bro, I used to take somebody's like flip phone, bro, because they had like the ringtone, but it was like the clean version. So I listen to it and I get pissed off every single time it stopped because I'm like, that's it. Play it again. Listen to it again.
Just that one section, like 45-second section.
Yeah, man. And then like even the song Bartender, and then like when we moved to Cold Strip and stuff, my sister was like listening to like New Boys and stuff. I used to fuck with Jesse McCartney a lot too, because he had that song Beautiful Soul.
Yeah,
that was my favorite song of my childhood. Like for real, like I stand on that. That was like my favorite song because I just loved everything about that song. That song, like the pitches, the melodies behind it, like it had me hooked. Like every time I heard that song, crack. Like every single time, bro. I swear. But like my sister would always bump New Boys. And my favorite, like, you know, they made a song You're a Jerk, but my favorite song by New Boys was New Girl.
Okay.
Said, you could be my new, hey. Said you could be my new girl. D&D. I'm gonna bump that shit when I leave.
100% to drive home, bro.
I put that shit on repeat, man. But
I love it, man. I love it. No, that's a great like list of influences, you know, and I think it translates really well to like even what you make now. You know, like just see those little influences taken from different artists, little pieces, and it makes up like so much.
Yeah, and by the time I got into like junior high, like like, you know, there was that whole battle between like trap music and rap music. And I was a ride or die rap music fan. Like I was just like, nah, fuck the trap music. I didn't, but I still listen to trap music. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I was lying to myself the whole time. But like, bro, in high school, my biggest influences was like NWA, Wu-Tang Clan,
Fire,
Logic for sure. I had friends that put me on Logic.
100%.
Bryson Tiller.
Oh, dude, Bryson Tiller,
Like,
Trap Soul, 2016. Yeah, oh man,
like everybody
trying
was
to right my wrongs.
Yeah, you know. And then gotta throw in like Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
DJ Mustard, bro.
Oh,
Mustard
yeah.
was my biggest one, and
Dude,
Kid
Mustard.
Ink for
Dude,
sure. Cause
Kid Ink
was my shit, bro.
Oh, my
Show
God.
Me was like my song back in
Dude.
junior high, bro.
Oh man, Kid
And I mean,
Ink
like,
is a deep cut, bro.
100%, bro. It's like Show Me was one of my favorite, and then he dropped that
He did the Chris Brown remix too with that one, didn't he? Or was Chris Brown on the original?
He was on the original,
okay,
but then he did that other remix too, and I didn't really like that one. I always liked the original one, bro. I'll be real. Like, I ain't saying like it was bad or nothing. Like, I liked it for sure, but it wasn't like my go-to. My go-to was the original.
100%.
Because it just like it hit every single time.
Oh man, dude, Kid Ink. That's my childhood right there.
Man.
The Yellow album where he's on the cover. Bro.
Hell and Back was my first song. But except it wasn't the original. It was with Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh yeah.
The
I remember
remix.
that one.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Like my sister used to always bump that one too. She used to always bump Machine Gun Kelly because she found him and then she put me on instantly. And then my sister was bumping the Black Flag mixtape back in high school.
Okay.
My Machine Gun Kelly, bro. Great mixtape, by the way. Yeah. Because like that mixtape was fire in my personal opinion, bro. Because like you got Diamonds and Gold on that album, Swing Life Away, Mind of a Stoner with Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, dude. Oh man.
Like
the video,
and then you had I think it's 50 Interlude with French Montana and another rapper. I forgot who it was.
Sure.
But yeah, like there's that whole record. I was really hooked on like Appetite for Destruction by NWA.
Okay.
Like once when I heard that. But like Wu-Tang, when I was bumping Wu-Tang, like I was just like watching the TV series as well too when that came out.
Oh yeah, dude, so good.
Oh yeah.
I love that.
Like big time, bro.
Yeah.
And there's a whole lot of like other music influences I can't even remember, but as soon as like I see it, bro, it's just gonna click. Like, but I really loved R&B. I really loved soul growing up. I really like, especially like in rap now too. Like I really loved like the chop up samples. I mean, like you can't even forget Kanye, bro. Kanye was like a big one too.
100%.
Like College Dropout.
Yep.
My sister had that on repeat. On repeat, bro. And every time I hear Breathe In, Breathe Out, bro, just din, 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 din. Breathe in, breathe out. Like every time I go stupid on that.
Yeah.
Like, that song is so fire, bro. Like there's so many great records on that album too.
There is. And it was just like contagious.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to like not like it. It's so hard to just like listen to it and be like, this is not it. It's just undeniable.
Bro, it's just like the energy he put behind it too. Like the energy he really put behind it.
Yeah.
Like it cannot be can't be copied.
Yeah. No duplication.
Like it really can't.
No.
It was but like I try to move with that energy every single time. Like I'm just like I'm gonna try to do something. But yeah, man, I really just love like softer sounds growing up. I ain't gonna lie, because every time when my dad would play the heavy metal shit, I used to hate it.
For sure.
But of course, like, Swing Life Away, that song, it was kind of like mixed with some like punkish heavy metal because it had one of the leads, it had Kellen Quinn from My Chemical Romance, I think. I could be wrong.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I forgot what band he was from.
I don't know, to be honest.
No, it wasn't My Chemical Romance. He was from a different band. I can't remember the name, but my sister used to always bump them. But yeah, they used to always like listen to that. One of the music I used to not like, bro, was like the honky tonk country, bro. I used to not like that shit. Like growing up in Oklahoma, like I kind of heard some of that. Like I had, and there was somebody that used to be around the family, and he used to always listen to like Jason Aldean.
Sure.
Hell no. Like, don't get me wrong. There's like. The only thing I really liked about some of the records was just like how crisp the drums were sounding.
Yeah.
Cause like, especially when that snare hit too, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like that snare really does sound
organic
good.
sounding, you know?
Yeah, you know? Yeah. And it was just like, it was crispy, but it's just like, I hated country.
No,
but
I get you.
But if you play like Tim McGraw, you play like Willie Nelson, or you play like Rascal Flatts. Rascal Flatts was my go-to country.
Sure. Yeah.
Bro, cause like my mom used to always play them, bro. And I was like, play them.
Yeah.
I was like, play them.
Uh-huh.
Cause like, yeah, bro. Broken Road. I mean, I'm not even gonna say Life is a Highway, bro. I'm trying to think about the album Me and My Gang, bro. Like that was like one of my favorite albums.
Yeah.
Like that was the album that my mom used to always have on repeat too. And yeah, man, it was
sweet.
Just so much music that I'm like still forgetting.
No,
but
it's all good, man. It's all good. Yeah. But just a full childhood of like influence of music, and that's awesome. I love that. I feel that. So you said that you moved to Colstrip after being in Oklahoma and kind of bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah.
And so what kind of happened when you kind of got to that like college-ish, like, you know, is that around the time, or were you in a different place when you were?
I was in a different place when I was in college. So I went to college in Casper. I went to Casper College.
Okay.
Shout out to everybody there, friends, faculty, staff, and just like even the family that I call family that I'm still close with to this day. College was such a fun time, but it was I don't know. At the time, I was confused on self-identity in a sense, just because, like, you know,
you're young.
I had a lot of people that always come up to me and be like, "Oh, you got to be this," because I'm so used to, like, you know, when I was growing up in Colstrip, and even just like growing up around my siblings, everybody was just like, "Oh no, you a white boy, you a white boy." Sure. But like, my mom is Hispanic and Native. I mean, there's other things that like she was told that she's mixed with from her nana, and I mean, I really don't know to this day. All I know is that I'm Hispanic, Native, and white. But except I'm white, Hispanic, and Native, and I think that's from like in terms of like greatest to least, you know. But like college was really just like a learning time for me, and that's when I was really like trying to find myself in a sense, because like the first semester, like all I wanted to do was go out and kick it, just like party and shit, you know, because like everybody wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Like you have no restrictions.
Hell no. Like I finally was away from home, bro. I was like, bro, I'm gonna act a fucking hooligan, bro. Like I'm losing it.
100%.
And like, bro,
so relatable.
The first semester was like crazy, because like, man, it was like crazy parties, bro. Like, we used to have this place called the Fight House, bro, and it was like, bro, I'll tell you, there was like at least like the whole college was at that motherfucker. But except it was like a big ass fight that broke out between like, I don't even know who it broke out, but all I know, everybody started fighting at the end of the night. Not me though. I ended up going back with Shorty, bro. But like, bro, like that shit kicked off, bro. Like after that too, like, it was just kind of like ain't nobody was kind of really fucking with nobody. So like my second year of college, it was really when I started isolating myself and started like, you know, cut off my circle and try to like really do a lot of soul searching, a lot of deep searching, and figure out who I really am. And I mean, it's only a community college, so I only went there for 2 years, but I didn't even graduate because I had like a couple of credits, but my mom was just like, I need to get money, and I'm also trying to make this music thing happen and figure this out.
Yeah.
And I dropped like a mixtape back in college that I originally called it For the Late Night Drives, but I changed it.
Okay.
Just because that collection of music, I love it, because like now like a lot of my music taste is really West Coast. Sure. I grew up mainly on the West Coast, so like when I talk about NWA was my top one, just because Dr. Dre and Ice Cube for sure. Like, of course, you know, Easy, MC Ren, and DJ Yella for sure. Yeah. But like my go-to was either Cube or was Dre, and Dre was the one that would produce, create, all like, you know, put the whole record together. And that's what I really wanted to be, in a sense, was be like Dre. Yeah. Was, you know, be able to have that musical skill of just creating something, putting it together and creating a masterpiece in a sense. I was really just trying to figure out like sonically, you know, like what I can go with. Cause like I always loved that 90, 100 BPM, and like back then, like I really was hooked on the West Coast. Like I was really fucking with Blast a lot. I love Blast, bro. Like his music is amazing, bro. Every single time, bro. I like No Love Lost. Well, as soon as I first got put on the album, I was actually managing the basketball team at the time.
Okay.
And bro, I was just like on the way to Utah because they had a game in Utah. So I was just like, somehow this shit popped up on my. It came for like songs like you may like.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it popped up and I was like listening to Be Alone. That's what it was. It was Be Alone, and then I started listening to the whole album.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, college was crazy.
Sure.
Like it definitely was. It was a learning experience for me. And then after that, I lived in Wyoming for about like a year or two.
Okay.
Shout out Mont, Polly, and Maui. Those are my brothers, man. Like they really seen what type of person I was back in the day, and they also seen like how much I've grown since then.
Yeah.
And they was always there for me, bro. Like they really was always there for me, and they really kind of helped me with emotional discipline.
Yeah.
You know, cause like, bro, my boy Mont, he was from Baltimore.
Okay.
Like originally. And folks would be on your ass every single day. Like you breathe, bro. He'd start roasting you just for breathing. 100%. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he start putting belt to ass as soon as you wake up in the morning, bro. And then everybody start jumping in too, bro. It's just like, damn, bro. Like you got
like, man, I just woke up today and now I'm just getting toasted.
Yeah, bro. And like I never was always like, you know, somebody that was like able to take it, because I'm like I'm a sensitive person. I'm an emotional person, bro. Yeah. And but like with them doing that, bro, it kind of just took away like the sensitivity towards that, you know. And I don't know, bro. They helped me grow out a lot too, but I really started diving into more like trap music at that time too, because like that's all we was bumping and shit. Like and also with my boy or with the homies like Polly and Maui, and even my ex at the time too. You know, they're Polynesian.
Okay.
So, you know, got put onto like a lot of reggae, a lot of island music.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love that music too, man, because it's just sonically just how like all the melodies roll around together, and even just that like that bounce to it too.
Yeah, the bounce is where it's at with all that influence, 100%.
It's just like, bro, like man, it was like that was where I really started like deep diving into music, like as well. Like I kind of always did deep dive into music, but I didn't think I really dove deep into music. So it wasn't until like probably 2 or 3 years ago till like I really started going back into the history of music and started listening to like other stuff too. Like I was listening to the Impressions. Yeah. Great. Like I love the song We're a Winner, bro. That song is so amazing. Like, we're a winner and never let anybody say. Like, bro, that song, I used to have that bumping every single time I was plumbing, bro. Just going like work, bro. I was like, yeah, this is my shit. Yeah, man. Like college, living in Wyoming was really like a time I was trying to find myself in. I broke a lot, bro. Like, I broke a lot. There was every time that I reached a new limit and broke every single time. Like, emotionally, I was still a wreck. And it's just because I was, you know, I wasn't really prioritizing what's actually important, you know, and actually, like, when I was first making music, like, growing up, I knew I always wanted to make music. I knew I wanted to be a star. Sure. You know? Sure. Cause like I would see like everybody on the TV, bro, 100%. And just like
that's what we see,
you know,
and that's what we want to be.
Yeah, you know, and like I remember I got this guitar from a family member, R.P. Cooter. That's what they used to call him, but his real name was James. Okay. He got me this guitar for my birthday, and I was like a little kid, so I just sit there, strum the shit out of it, so I broke the strings, and then I smashed it like on the TV, bro. And I was crying, bro. I literally came up with a guitar saying, mom and her mom, we call her Mima. So mom and Mima, they let the music like, nah, that's all you get, bro. You fucked up. And I was just like, just crying and shit. But when I was making music, I was just chasing the stardom.
For sure.
Like that was the biggest thing. Like, of course, I was trying to do in the art because it was like the bare minimum. Right. But like now it's not even like I couldn't care for the stardom. I'm like I told you, like, I was going through a lot of things emotionally. Yeah. And, I was chasing after the wrong things. And it's not like, I'm not saying the wrong things in terms of like what other people view. I'm saying the wrong things just because of how I felt about it. And especially in the moment of doing so, and so now I'm just trying to like blend like all of that. Cause like Montana definitely is like country. Oh, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. And Oklahoma was for so country, especially from like where I was growing up at. Mm-hmm. But like like nah, like I'm not gonna go straight country, but I'm at least like at least try to throw in like a little bit of sounds and the influences behind it. Yeah. But yeah, no, it was really a growing time for me because that's when I stopped chasing like the stardom, and that's when I was really like expanding on taste of music as well too. Because like high school was just trying to rap. I could sing a little bit. Mm-hmm. And when I went to college, I went in originally as a music major, but I failed like 3 or 4 classes. I failed class piano. I failed this one that you had to show up,
dude. Like music.
It was, but bro, my heart, my mind was not into it too. Because like I said, bro, I was just trying to, I was trying to live life, experience, have fun instead of just like really learn some things. But I really did learn some things, like especially in the music theory classes, especially in some of the production classes that I took as well. Like that's where I really started growing and started planting the seeds on like really figuring out artistically how I want to approach music. Mm-hmm. And that's why I was really starting to do a lot of inner work too. Cause like in the tape that I put out, like there was some songs where I really was like diving a little deep, but I mean, after college and after I dropped that tape, I stopped making music for like 3-4 years. Like, of course, I put out like a couple tracks here and there, but I ultimately stopped like trying to consistently put out music and trying to put out a project just because of the fact that it's like the stardom shit. It's like I need to take that out. And I really started to deep dive and started to really, figure out like who I really am,
Yeah.
And
that's beautiful.
Yeah, like it took some time, but I'm definitely here now for real. Yeah. And like I don't know, back in the day too, my boy Jack, like he would always make music around me too. And at the time, I wasn't open to any other sounds besides what was popping. Yeah. Sure. And like now like I moved up here and every time that he play a beat, like he really, my boy, it's crazy how talented he is because he could just touch any instrument and make anything play, like, and just make like, the most beautifulest tunes ever, and just make some fire shit, and it's different too. And that's what I used to always love, was like different shit as well too. And so like every time I see that, it just made me more ambitious, and it was infectious for me because like I wanted to be able to do that. Like high school, I played the drums. Junior high and grade school, I played the clarinet, and then I would switch to the trumpet for like a couple weeks, and then I went to the drums ultimately because like I just love rhythm. Same. I love being able to like break down on the drums. Like drums is what keeps it beating. It's what keeps you moving. So like I've always been like the drum person. Like I would love to just like beatbox. Like every time, bro, I just beatbox and shit. Like I said, when when I ain't had music to listen to, I make my own music. But the most important thing was figuring out what was gonna be the drums for it, you know? And yeah, like deep dive.
Love it.
Deep dive.
Yeah, 100%. No, all deep stuff, man. So you've kind of like gotten into this a little bit, but like your process changing, you know, from like when you first started, and then like before we kind of started recording, like we were kind of talking a little bit about like new music and stuff like that. But how has your process kind of changed from when you started to where you're at now? I know you kind of touched a little bit on it. It can be internal, it can be just sound selection, any experience, the way that you think about things.
I think the process really, like, because back in the day when I make music, I was just like listening to a song. And whenever I find that inspiration through that song, then I would try to essentially mimic it. But like now it's not even just like listening to a song. I don't listen to a song to find inspiration. I try to, like, I really focus on like the artistic expression. So like the time that I took from not making music, I was really trying to figure out what and how I'm gonna execute my music in terms of substance, in terms of, you know, like a general theme. Like I always was like writing stories. I used to just sit there and write raps like back in the day. Like that's how I really got into writing, which is I was just writing raps every single time. I started writing raps at like 12. And I used to have like just records and records and records on it. And originally, like back in the day, I guess this hasn't really changed because like music always brings people together. Like it does.
100%.
And that was my overall goal, was to kind of just show that, like, you know, regardless of what it may seem like, we're not really that much different, you know. And I guess that process hasn't really changed, but I guess now what has changed about the process is that, you know, in terms of substance, I'm no longer talking about like the things I can't control, but I'm also no longer like pointing my fingers about my problems. Like I'm looking at my problems, and honestly, I'm just trying to say what I really feel, but also like what nobody has talked about yet. And I think it's like something that everybody is scared to talk about, just because that pride and ego.
100%.
So, and a lot of that too, like I took that out of the process too, was that pride and ego. Because I mean, it's good for some records if you're making a record that's prideful and egotistic, you know,
that like braggadocious type energy, like that's necessary to bring that energy and to showcase it on that kind of track. But then there's other times where like you don't need all that, and that's when you like, that's what I loved about the new album that you released, the Corner Store, is it's like there's a good mix of like, I'm the man and I don't want anybody to forget it, but also
I'm still not shit.
But I'm also just a man. You know? And like I saw that and I heard it in that album a lot. Like as fun and like you know, like as creative as that project is, like for me when I was listening to it, those were like the two parallels of like, don't forget, I'm dope, but also I'm just a human being too. You know? And like I have struggles too that everybody else has. I think that's why I connected with it so much, and why I loved the album a lot, is just because there is that like polarization. And I think that's important to like showcase in a single body of work, you know? Like a lot of people, it's just like all ego, 100%. I'm the man, I'm rich, I'm famous. I got all these women, I have everything, you know? And like very rarely do they ever touch on like, but I'm still human. At the end of the day, I can be the superstar, but I'm still curly. You know?
Yeah, like I honestly do appreciate you saying that, because like man. I don't know, like a lot of the records on that album, a lot of those records was like first time ever expressing like myself in a sense, and also kind of holding myself accountable. Because like growing up, bro, I was that prideful kid. Like I would always talk shit.
We masked
like
that.
I was like I'm the shit, bro. Fuck y'all. Every time somebody would say otherwise, bro, I shut up and just be muted and just be like, nah, I'm sad boy now, bro. Don't. But it's just like, I don't know, bro. Just like growing up in the home that I did, it was like, there was just a lot of things that I was experiencing that I didn't know how to like deal with. And like I could just sit there and go like the mainstream route and like, talk about all that stuff. But it's just like, I couldn't care less if I had 30 different girlfriends, bro. I don't want that shit. I couldn't care less if I had five different cribs, 2 condos. Like, I mean, I couldn't really care less for that. Like, if anything, I'm just trying to like find peace within myself, find that love within myself. Cause like that was the one thing that I truly liked. Like like in the album of Corner Store, I'm debating on love and lust. And it's not, in the sense of just romantically or just in terms of relationship, but it's just in terms of like intentions, how you move.
Yeah.
And I realized that, in college, it was lust. I was just lusting over like all these things, bro, because it's just like, I want all that. I'm tired of living this way and stuff.
Yeah.
But it's just like, that's why, like I said, I wasn't truly that grateful, because it's just, I had to really take pride, like, take appreciation in the little things, like what we were talking about earlier.
100%.
And that's like my ultimate debatum, because I want to be able to not back down no more. Like, that's the thing. It's like, if I'm gonna let my pride get into the way, I'm gonna let my pride get into the way in the sense of, I'm not gonna back down, even if I'm wrong, even if I fucked up, even if I'm, X, Y, and Z, and I'm gonna try. And if it don't work, it don't work. Like, I'm fine with that, but at least I tried. Like at least I gave it, and at least I'm still attempting to do so every single day. Because it's just like, I can't just leave it at, oh, well, at least I tried. Like, no. That's the thing about like life. That's the thing about every day, is like, you tried every day, bro. Are you just gonna give up the next day? Like, that's why I'm gonna keep on trying, and that's why I'm gonna keep on, trying to do this. And I used to, like, I was so jealous of like a lot of folks growing up too, just because they had nice things. I had some nice things too, but it wasn't really like that, because like in Cold Street, we lived in a trailer house. But when we first moved there, we lived with my grandparents, and my grandparents, like on my dad's side, bro, their house was heaven every single time, bro. Like, I have some of my greatest memories there, and it's just because of the little things. Like, milkshakes, bro, like my dad's side, like my parents, they're old folks, bro. So, they got the croquet set, what I'm saying? We used to play that in the yard.
Bocce ball.
And I used to want to play that every single time, bro. It was just like croquet. I'm like, yeah, bro. Because, bro, especially if it was like me and my siblings, bro, I'm trying to knock their balls, like, and just send them shits into the garden, And it was just like, it was like so much fun.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That's what, when I was like making music back in the day, that fun, it was in a sense because I was doing something new, but it wasn't really like fun because I wasn't really like experiencing every single emotion with it.
Sure.
And Nipsey said it the best. So,
yeah.
R.I.P. Nip, but like, I want to be able to experience every single emotion in terms of what I'm doing, in terms of my life, like, and still keep on striving to move forward.
Yeah, man.
And that's like the hardest thing, because every time I feel just like a little bit of that, I just I get discouraged easily, and I just like back down. But it's just like, I don't completely give up. Like, I don't give up. I would never give up. The only thing is like, I'm going to stop and at least evaluate, just because like I'm sensitive, emotional. And, I was the baby of the family.
Yeah.
I am the baby of the family. So it's just, I don't know. I kind of felt like everything was like sort of out of my control. And now that I'm grown, I'm learning that some things really are out of your control, but like, there's things that I can do, and especially emotionally, especially like in terms of habits, and especially in terms of day-to-day life, that I can control and that I can do. And so that's what I'm really trying to do. My dad was kind of always like that man that would try to be on top of discipline, you know, and he always like his methods a little extreme, you know, but I think they did serve a purpose, you know. And to be honest, I wouldn't even take it back because like it helped me grow in a sense. It really did, and it made me realize that life isn't just sunshines and rainbows, you know. Like sure. My whole life, it never really felt like it was always sunshine and rainbows. Like my whole life really just felt like it was like a storm every single day. Like if not, it was just cloudy, you know. And I was always the type of person to make the best of it because I used to love listening to like motivational music too, like
the hustler music.
Like bro. Like one of my biggest in high school, Dame Lillard, bro. Dame Dollar.
Bro, Dame Dollar.
Bro.
Dude.
My boy Kaysen put me on to him, bro.
Great cut.
And ever since I listened to Dame, like, not only is he, like, one of my favorite rappers, but, like, he's my favorite hooper of all time. Sure. Yeah. And it's just because, like, you know, it's the way how he carries himself. It's just like, I want to be able to carry myself with that. I want to be able to be that humble, but still understand that I'm that great. You know what I mean?
100%.
And, like, I've always been at this battle with myself just because of, you know, growing up, it was this way or it wasn't. You know, everything was always black and white. There wasn't no gray lines. There wasn't no in between. It was just black or white. You choose. You know, and that's why, like, a lot of these things are what, like, kind of influenced me in terms of the process. Yeah. Like, a lot of these things are, like, what I think about every single time that I create a record, that I start writing and stuff. Am I doing this to heal or am I doing this to tear something down? You know? And I don't want to tear. If something is meant to be tear down, then it's going to tear down. But, like, I don't want to tear anything down. I don't want to slap a Band-Aid on it. I want to actually just let the scar heal. Like, I want to let it to, like, you know, allow nature to do its thing, you know? And, I mean, yeah, man, it's... Fuck.
That's beautiful. No,
I got lost in it for a minute. But
no, dude, nah. I think that, like, yeah, man, like, you know, and we were kind of talking about before is just like music is just like expression, you know, and like can be used in good ways and it can be used in bad ways. And I think that when you really do have the intention set out, you're not thinking about anybody else or what they're going to think about it. You're just thinking about like what you need to fix and what you can fix. Even like while you're writing it, like it happens, you know, we know like it happens in time.
No,
you're writing
real.
it, you're figuring it out.
Yeah.
And like that's like the beautiful part about it. And like just using it as like, yes, it is an expression, but it's also like a way to figure things out too while we're writing and while we're making the record. You know?
Yeah, no, and I mean, I don't know, like another thing is too, like when it comes to like in terms of the process of making music, like if I make a record, and not only if I feel that spark, but if I don't think it's like one of the greatest pieces that I've made, I probably won't even put it out. And like even I have like a bunch of records that I haven't even released yet. But I never will release, and it's just because, like, you know, at that time, just chasing that stardom, finding the sound and stuff. But
it has to feel right.
It has to, you know, 100%. And it has to, like, what changed in terms of the process was instead of just making what I like to hear, I'm making what I like to hear, and I'm also trying to think about, like, where I've came from and find that balance and combine it in a sense. Like, I'm still like every day I'm still trying to find that sound. Every day I'm still, you know, like I'm still trying to figure out whether or not, this record sounds like Curly instead of saying, oh, well, you know, this record sound like Blast, or oh, this record sound like Dre, or oh, this record sound like, you know, Rascal Flatts or some shit, you know, 100%. Or Ye or some shit, you know. Yeah. And I don't know, it's just like I'm trying to find that balance, and ever since that I've been finding that balance, I feel more pieced together than I ever have been. You know, I'm slowly feeling that void that I've been feeling in the music for so long. Like every single time that because it was always like a step every single time when I like released a tape. Mm-hmm. Like it was always like slowly piecing it all together. Like in high school, it was just production. It was just like sound. It was just like the writing, essentially. Like, you know, being able to make sure that I can write and making sure that, you know, I'm thinking about a story in the sense of, you know, you got your start, you got your climax, you got your end, you know. And I always like making things come around full together. And of course, like, you know, growing up on like Kendrick and Logic, mm-hmm. and just hearing every single time when they put out an album, it's a whole movie. Like, you know, it comes together, it goes together. There's symbolism behind it.
It's a thought out process.
It really is. Yeah. And so like, that's the process that I took towards like Corner Store. And that's why like for so long I took that break, is because I'm trying to figure that out. Yeah. Like I want to make that story and I want to make that whole process. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to like really show my life, not just like what I want to show, but I want to show like essentially everything, just because of like, you know, it's human nature. Like, and I want people to be able to like, I want people to hear it to where, you know, they can relate to it and find some peace within themselves.
Sure. Yeah.
But I also want to be able to like listen to my own music and love it. Like, you know, be my own favorite artist. And that's what 100%. That's what changed from high school to college, was like, I wasn't no longer just making music just to vent and talk about and just like, you know, point fingers at everybody trying to, you know, get like, in college, I was just making music that I wanted to hear and that I can fall in love with and still listen to over and over and over and over. And of course, get sick of it, but then when I listen to it again, it just clicks back again, you know? Yeah. And I think now it's just kind of like finding the balance between that, except like it's no longer pointing fingers, it's just pointing fingers at the man in the mirror, you know? 100%. So I think that's what like really changed about the process.
Yeah. I love that, man. That's a great, like, full spectrum answer. And like from start to beginning, like,
I appreciate it because I feel scatterbrained now too, a little bit. You know,
it's
like,
so real though. Like, I relate to that heavily. Where like at first it was just a way to express myself and a way to get those emotions out and to talk about the things that were bothering me, and like anger, sadness, regret, like all that stuff. And like I feel like, and you've even said it, like now there's just a different perspective that you have of like gratitude and gratefulness. And like, it's just not like, it's not this like Mike Tyson punches, you know, like all the time. It's very like calculated and very like thought out. Yeah. And that's like, I think an important thing, like when you're really like making art in the way that a lot of us want to make art, is with intention. Mm-hmm. Like anybody can make a song about a river and a tree, you know, but it's like the way that, you know, like anybody
I just
can
walked
do that.
Along the river.
That's what
was
I'm saying.
Looking at the trees.
Anybody can do that. But like when you look and you dive deeper and like you create something more than just like what's surface level. Yeah. I think that's like what makes good art versus what makes great art.
Absolutely.
You know, and like the just diving a little deeper and not just going on the surface level. Arena. You know?
I don't know. I kind of always dove deep too, just because like, I don't know, like I said, like the shit that I've seen in my life. Yeah. But there was like moments and times too where not only just myself, but like me and my siblings, and even just like sometimes my parents would be in some of the sessions, but we were like put into therapy, you know, a couple of times. And I don't know, kind of always just, it felt like I had, you know, all the answers. I had all the tools already set into place, but it's just like I never knew how to truly use them. And so like now with the music, it's like, okay, I know how to use these tools now. Like I know what their uses are, but I know how I can use them as well too.
In the best way.
Yeah.
You know, like you can use an axe to chop down a big old tree, but like, you know, what's easier is learning how to use a saw.
Yeah.
To cut that, you know,
Absolutely.
like a chainsaw, you know, like you can still hack away and hack away. But that takes a minute. That takes a long time. And it might not be a clean cut, you know, but like it's learning how to use the right tools for the right things.
Oh, yeah.
You know, in the right ways. And like once you figure that out, it's over, bro.
Yeah, man. Like,
no, 100%.
Yeah, no, that's real. It's funny you say that because, like, man, I remember it's like a little off topic, but I remember, like, man, back in the day, like, my dad always put like a wood burning stove in the house, just to keep central heat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. So you go out chop wood. You know, if we didn't have, you know, my dad, we used to have like a little like gas wood splitter.
Yeah.
But I remember like the times where we didn't have that, and you just take that axe and just boom. But even just like taking the axe and chopping it like that, bro, there's an art in that too.
100%.
And it's just like when you find the art and the piece within it, and see how nice it kind of feels, like it makes everything kind of go easier. But it's like for me, it's definitely hard because like I'm always an overthinker. So like even when I have the tools and I know how to use them, sometimes I still get in my head. So it's really just like, that's another thing about the process. It's like taking away everybody else out of the process 100%. And just making it me versus me.
Yeah.
Like that's my main goal in my life, is just being better than who I was yesterday.
100%.
And I still fail, bro. I mean, I know everybody, you know, they feel, you know, how we feel, you know, but it's just like, I'm still trying to hold myself accountable to that because like I know I can do better. You know, like I've been bumping hella Absol lately, bro.
Hey.
Like I've been listening to Herbert. Like I remember when Do Better came out, but I really like dove into Herbert, bro.
Oh my God, that track is. That was to me, that was the standout one, bro. Like I listened to that song on repeat. That had to be like top 10 on my like yearly all-time listen.
Oh yeah,
like, that track just like.
I think that mine was up there too when that record came out. But like
and it's all about like, you know, like losing Mac, you know, and just like, and it's crazy, just like
Faces playing in his fucking
bro,
with me, like
dude.
that part, bro.
Touches the soul, man. 100%.
That was another one too, Mac Miller, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know why I forgot him, bro. But my cousin Tony, shout out my cousin Tony. He was like my role model growing up. I used to want to be like him so damn bad, bro, because he was the one that would do like BMXing and skateboarding, but he was like really BMXing, bro. I loved skateboarding back in the day, so that was like another thing I used to do with skateboarding. I go play basketball. I used to make like wooden guns, bro, just because, you know, I ain't really had shit to do, so I just keep myself. I had a crazy imagination, so I keep myself busy. You feel me? But like my cousin Tony, he really would like put me on the music and stuff too. So like Mac Miller was one of them. I remember my first record I heard was Knock Knock by Mac Miller. And I remember that shit like it was yesterday, because I even remember after he showed me that record, and this was when finally my family got a computer in their room, in my parents' room, you know. I remember every time that me and my brother would go to bed, we had a radio. And we always play the radio before we go to sleep because, you know, I love listening to music before I go to sleep. Yep. I remember waking up one morning hearing Knock Knock play like the next morning, man. And I was ready to go for school and stuff like that, bro. Like it was hit. Everything was hitting, bro. It was like, I remember that. And I mean, I think my favorite record by Mac, it's got to be Circles, just in terms of like sonically, but just like just how he was like articulating himself too. Like, you know, especially in Hand Me Downs is my favorite record of all time on that album. Like when I first heard that, I remember I was in class, bro. I was in the back of shop class, and I heard that song, bro, and I started crying in class, bro. I was just in the back. I went like this, bro. I just started crying.
Mac has that power.
Man, because he said, what he said, bro? He said, because I ain't doing bad, plus the problems that I attract, and half of my mind and burn it till the tires crack or something.
Yeah.
I guess it's like electrolytes. You helped me go the distance. Like bro. And I was going through it too, like in terms of relationship at that time too, bro.
Yeah. So it just hit the right time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Like I don't know. I think that's like, I love songs, bro. I love R&B because like I want that real love, you know. Like I really want to find somebody that's like meant for me. Mm-hmm. But you know, growing up, just like dealing with like the loneliness and stuff, it's just like I'm trying to derive myself from like yearning for it anymore, because it's just like forced love is what I've known growing up. So it's just like, and that's just like in terms with music too. That's another thing that I stopped with music in the process, was forcing it, was forcing, you know, like whatever it was to be, because it's just, I don't want to force it no more, bro. Because it's just like, it doesn't come out authentically. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good ultimately. It doesn't feel good. That's the thing. It's like emotional, sensitive Curly, man. Don't feel good. I don't want that shit, bro.
For
like,
sure.
But I mean, there's sometimes where you do have to have that discipline to push through, not force it, but to push through. And that's something that you got to evaluate, you know. And that's something that I've been evaluating like for a while. And still, you know, I still ponder the thought every single day, because it's just like trying to move in with good energy. Like I say, I was like a little shithead child. So my parents would like put me through. I remember like growing up too, I had to go to church school. And I think that's when I really started getting in touch with God. Because like I kind of always believed, but I mean, when Hobson dropped Ill Mind 7, made me question a lot too.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, that was a powerful record in itself. And that honestly like triggered a lot of anxiety and made me start like really questioning life and death.
Sure.
At that time. Yeah. Like it's going to get real deep, but like that's how I really started like, that was like, I went through, I'm super anxious. Like I got like, you know, like anxiety, everybody got anxiety, but I used to be like really anxious all the time. And it's just because like I couldn't talk to nobody about it. Like I couldn't talk to my family about it, maybe besides my siblings, but my siblings still would just shrug it off and wouldn't, you know, really debate and have like, you know, a conversation. Besides my brother, because, you know, my brother been through shit. And like, I ain't gonna speak on that, but like, you know, my brother was kind of always somebody that was there to talk to me. Like in a sense, yeah, it was kind of just like talking to my dad at times, because you know, we are my dad's children, you know. And I bet for him too, it was just the same, because you know, we are hard-headed and stubborn. But like I really started debating that, like, you know, like I knew that at that time I started really understanding that nothing does really last forever. And like nothing, like, you know, you're only here for a certain amount of time. And growing up in Montana too, another thing for us is like, you don't see people die because of street stuff all the time. If anything, you see people die just because of God's selection, is what it seems like. Or just people die just because, a lot of the times it's because driving on the road. Yeah. Or a lot of the times it was suicide. Or, you know, a lot of times it's overdoses, or, you know, just die because of health issues, you know.
Isolation.
And it's just like, that's something that I was always kind of like going through, was just debating that. And I think that's what also like influences me to just like really give it my all in the process. Like
every day.
It's just because like, bro, I don't know if tomorrow's going to be my last. I don't even know if I'm going to be alive 2 hours from now. But
100%, man.
But, you know, I got faith in God, and I know that, you know, if it's meant to be, it'll be. That's the one. That's like advice my Papa Daryl and Grams always tell me. Yeah, my parents on my mom's side, grandparents, they always tell me that. They tell me it in terms of different context, but like, I don't know. This is like,
it's very applicable to life too.
It is. 100%. It really is, bro. Because it's just like, if it's meant to be, it will. And when you find the peace within that too, it allows more space for you to actually just start moving forward. And actually it gives you like more space to start taking up and feeling with more important stuff rather than just like the thoughts. So like when the 3-4 years I was trying to just figure out the overall recurrent theme in my discography, at least on what I'm working on right now in terms of discography. I'm just trying to make something like big.
Yeah.
For volume 1, I'm just trying to move with love instead of move with fear, instead of move with lust, instead of moving with negative intentions or negativity around. Like I'm just like, of course, you know, people say good intentions is what paves the road to hell.
Mm-hmm.
And to an extent that is true, because in those times I felt I had good intentions, if not pure,
right.
But it wasn't.
Sure.
You know, because I went down the path that I went down.
Yeah.
And like it's just hard because you know, it's hard to not let that creep up on you and stop you from doing what you're doing every single day.
Yeah.
You know, like
for sure.
Like I always will reflect upon the past. There's times where I haven't really let it go just because like I still feel a type of way about it.
Sure.
And you know, that stubborn, sensitive emotionalness, like it's like a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it weighs heavy when you like keep holding on, you know? And it's like trying to figure out how to learn how to like let it go before it crushes you. Because it'll keep getting bigger and it'll keep getting bigger and heavier. And like you might get stronger, but like it's getting heavier.
Yeah, but it's crushing,
and then
man.
Eventually it gets to the point where it's like it's too heavy.
Yeah.
And it's like just trying to figure out how to like let it go, shed the weight, get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so much more that to life. And I mean, even when you get to that point where it's like there's so much more, like there's more problems that come with it too, and there's more things that were way heavier than what it feels like right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, like I'm definitely trying to learn how to like really articulate that and really just expose and not just show like flesh and blood, but I'd rather show bone. I'd rather show, you know, everything. I'd rather show the bone marrow in terms of music. Like I'd rather show like the rawness. Like that's why, like when me and Quest and Alex, when we were trying to figure out like, you know, what we wanted to do with music and like how we want to, you know, create a business and like figure out what our name was gonna be, I chose the Raw Collective because it's real always.
Yeah.
Like I want to be real. I want to be authentic. I want to be able to show you that even just because of whatever surrounded by me in terms of materialism, like then I'm still gonna bleed and I'm still gonna cut just to see, like just to show, like not even just to show, but just to, you know, to feel, to, you know, experience. And like yeah.
No, dude, I get it. I get it. No, we're working through it every day. And I guess that's the next thing, I guess, is like getting to like some final thoughts of like, we've kind of touched a little bit on a few of these things, but like, what is some advice or like just something that you want to put out into the world for like people who are listening, artists, non-artists, like anything that you really just kind of feel like led to share in the moment about like life or music or just where you're at personally, like if there's anything that's just on your heart?
Get out your own way. I think that's like the biggest one, because it really is just you versus you in this world. And a lot of people compare, a lot of people contrast. I do it a lot. But I ultimately realized that I'm the one that is putting these thoughts into my head. So it's just like, get out your own way. Allow yourself to experience every single emotion. Like, a lot of the times I will always run because I feel hurt instead of just like facing the anxiety and just standing there and like facing whatever is afflicting. So if anything, it's just like, if God put you here, you know, you got to realize that you're put there for a reason.
Yeah.
And if you don't necessarily believe in God, and like I respect people that don't, like you put yourself in that position there for a reason. So you got to understand, why did you put yourself in that? And then you also got to understand, like in terms of emotions, you got to understand that everything is temporary. Like everything, not even just emotions, but everything really is just temporary. And there's a beauty behind that. It's ugly too at the same time. But everything is temporary, but it's consistent. That's why it seems like it goes on for so long, because you will consistently go through this, especially if you don't end your own suffering. Like that's the one thing that I grew up seeing, is that I've seen my loved ones put themselves in their own suffering rather than like, you know, I seen them like in what they were suffering from was stuff they did to themselves.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you don't got to put yourself through that own suffering. Like, I mean, if you do, just understand the reason why you're doing it. But just get out your own way when you do it.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to realize that there is the beauty behind it too. And it's hard to realize that, especially
when you're in it.
When you're in it,
You know?
especially when, like, you know, when you were completely content and comfortable. Like, and that's another thing too, is like comfortability. Like, that's where you have to get out your own way too. It's just like, being uncomfortable is tough and it's hard, bro. And I'm not somebody that's like perfected it, you know, because there's days where I'm still comfortable. There's days where I'm still just like cooped up and don't want to socialize, don't want to do nothing, you know. But like, those days I still will try, you know, and I still will try to get out my own way. And it's hard. It's hard to, like, you know, try to practice what you preach. It's hard to try to, you know, provide an example for somebody, because like everybody will hold you accountable to it. So that's why if you get out of your own way, you learn not only to hold yourself accountable, but you'll also learn that the power truly is in your hands. And you realize how much potential, and you realize what you can really do with that potential. And you realize that, you know, if you really want something, like, yeah, bro, you're going to have to go through a lot of things. I mean, even sometimes when you, like, you know, when you want something, like, it could be something easy. You ain't have to go through enough, but it's just like, we want big things. A lot of people want big things to happen to them. They want all the finest things in life. But you can see how, like, there's just TV shows that expose that all these people that got those big things, just even the dirt that they've done. So it's just like, I'm going to do my own dirt. I'm not going to sit there and try to, you know, bury anything or nothing like that. Like, I'm really going to, like, stick it out and just, like, put my neck out there, bro. And if anybody going to aim for it, like, go ahead, bro. Because it's just like, I've already showed you that I can bleed. I already showed you that I'm only human. And I'm going to continue to do that every single way, every single day. So it's just like, getting out of your own way, you also will find more love within yourself too. Because it's just like, when you're in your own way of loving yourself, that's a big problem. And I experienced that a lot, because, you know, that emotional, that sensitivity, like, I used to be like a big people person, used to want to have like everybody liking me, but it's just like, now it's just like, I don't care if nobody does. I don't care if nobody takes like what I gotta say, especially if it's about myself. I don't care if they gotta say that that's weakness. I'm doing it just to find that love within myself, and I'm doing it just so I can learn to forgive myself and also get out of my own way. And it's not only just for myself, but for the people I love, for the people that surrounds me.
100%.
Because, you know, if you ain't doing nothing good for you, you're not doing nothing good for them. And in order to do something good for them, you got to do something good for you. My dad used to always preach, like, you know, the glass. You know, if you ain't got no water in your glass, if it's not halfway full, you don't have no water to give. And I'm the type of person where it don't even matter how much water I have, bro. I'm going to try to give you as much as I can. If I got to, I'll give you the fucking cup. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I thought I was, like, as a person.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, now that I'm grown, it's not really like that as much anymore. I try to wait until my cup is filled. But if anything, I wait till, like, my cup is overfilling. But it's just finding the balance between that. Like, I don't want to necessarily, you know, wait until my cup is overfilling to give somebody some. Like, I'd rather wait until my cup is, like, at least halfway full. Yeah. You know, at least a little more than halfway, so then I can at least give you something. And as long as I'm staying out of my own way, it doesn't matter what's in my cup. I can put whatever, you know, as long as whatever is in my cup too is healthy for me.
100%.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to get out of your own way, because, like, that's why so many people hold other people accountable. Because you try to hold other people accountable for stuff you've done, but you haven't realized that you're holding people accountable for stuff you've done.
Gotta flip the mirror.
Yeah, you know, and, like, that's what it was always like. That's what I've seen growing up too. Was just like I was always, you know, it kind of seemed like we was always blamed for something that we didn't do. Yeah. Sometimes, and it's just like, for me now, that's the biggest thing. It's just like getting out of my own way so I can hold myself accountable, so I can allow love to really fulfill in my life. And I mean, we are because of us. You know, it wasn't like, you know, God put one person on the earth and that was it. No, God put Adam and Eve. Right. He put a male and a female. Yeah. And people could talk about, you know, Eve going into the garden eating, you know, and all that, but I mean, that was bound to happen, you know, to create what we have now. Yeah.
But we were put here with others.
Exactly.
You know?
And it's just like, bro, you are because of other people. Yeah. So realize that other people will because of you.
100%.
And especially if you move within that love, instead of just like moving with intentions, move with love. Because when you move with love, everything will feel not nicer, but everything will start piecing together, and everything it creates a beautiful picture. Yeah. You know, and like I said, you know, like, I'm still trying to practice what I preach every single day. I fail every single day. I still am human, and I still, you know, go back to those old nasty habits, and I still shut down, and I still, you know, like Kendrick said, you know, like, one of these times I'm gonna make things right for the wrongs I've done. You know, I break down too. I share too much. I care too much. Yep. You know, all that.
Yep.
Like, I really do, because it's just like, man, we are because of everybody. You know, and getting out of your way doesn't only pave the lane for you, but it paves the lane for those around you as well.
Yeah. You just got to keep showing up and painting that picture, man.
Got to keep using that. Got to keep using that brush, man.
100%.
Some people can't be Bob Ross and be calmly with it. Sometimes you got to be like Slipknot with the fucking brush. Just, you know what I'm saying?
It's got to be up there.
Yeah, like, I'm giving like a lot of rock references. I don't really like. I mean, I do like rock, but I don't. It's not my go-to. Like, I always listen to hip hop or soul or R&B, because it's just like, that's love. Like, when people use soul music is like truly love. Like, and I think a lot of us misconstrue what love really is. Yeah. You know, and sometimes love is not what we think it is. And like, I can hold myself accountable to my current situations as well too. Like, you know, and yeah, man. Just get out your own way. What Kenny B say? Dots. Don't overthink shit.
Yeah, damn right. Damn right. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on and just chatting.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you for inviting me. Of
course.
I appreciate you for at least allowing this to be a therapy session for real.
Yeah, man.
It's just like, I don't know. I needed that for real.
I'm glad, man. Sometimes that's all we need as artists is just like, as I kind of said, just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
You know? Just get it out of your head a little bit. And like sometimes when you talk about it and you get it out, then it makes so much more sense.
Makes so much more.
Or it's just like weight lifted. And that's
Yeah.
like what I love doing. It's just like,
I don't know, because I've always like, you know, loved talking about things because like, yeah, it does clear out things, but
yeah,
at the same time too, I try to be a real man, you know, and try to do the things myself because it's just like, I never been one to take loss. I never took losses easily. Yeah. I hated taking L's. I hated losing.
Yeah.
I'm a loser, bro. I'm a sore loser at that.
I feel that.
And I guess that's like another thing too, is just like, just understand that a loss ain't really a loss. It's just a lesson.
Lesson learned.
Because like I said, everything is temporary.
Yeah.
So who knows, whatever you lost, you may receive it.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if you take the right steps and, you know, as long as you are out of your way, like they can't possibly fuck up anything that's meant for you, you know?
Yeah.
But no, if anything, I really do appreciate you, you know, inviting me.
Of course, man.
You know, I appreciate y'all, you know, the things that y'all do at Area 41, bro. Because, I mean, if I haven't met Shadow and them, bro, I wouldn't be here to this day. Like, I'm forever grateful.
I'm even blessed for that, too. Like, meeting Coulter and Shadow and, like, just letting them let me come in this space and, like, do this. Like, it's impacts so much more than just me, you know? And, like, that's a beautiful thing, too. I'm very grateful to be able to, like, hold space in here and, like, them just let me do it.
Oh yeah, no, and your studio is tough, man.
Oh, so thanks, dog.
We're gonna have to fill that bitch up.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Get some vibes in there.
Oh God, gonna have to, man. Like, I'm definitely, I don't know. I think because I turned 24 last week. And my dad had me when I was 24. I told you that.
Yeah.
Like, I think with me turning this and being this old now, like, I'm not really that old yet, but I feel like I'm getting old.
For sure.
You know, like, I'm really learning. And, like, I think this year is all about practicing, you know, getting out of my own way.
100%.
And, you know, not taking advantage, but, you know, taking opportunity in everything that I possibly could.
Yeah, man.
You know?
Yeah.
I think that's, like, one of the biggest things that I'm learning. And I've been stagnant. I've been comfortable. I've been, you know, scared, afraid for too long that it's like now it's no longer the time. I went through those emotions. I can go through those emotions some other time, but right now it's just like I'm getting out of my own way and I'm allowing what's meant for me to be for me, you know. And, you know, it only takes time, too. That's another thing. It's like, yeah, bro, like we got 24 hours in a day. And for me, I'm that type of toxic person where it don't even matter. If I got time, I got time, bro. Yeah. Like, if I can't sleep, I won't sleep. You know, like, but, you know, it's just like, you know, it's all about taking the time. And understand that even some days you do have to, you know, allow yourself to be a little comfortable so then you can resort back to yourself, allow yourself to, you know, calm, so then you can face the storm again, you know. But yeah.
Beautiful, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Before Before I end this episode, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen and support the vision I have of documenting the Montana music scene and highlighting the artists a part of the community who really shine and stand out amongst the crowd. And I really couldn't do this without the support and encouragement I've received from many of my listeners already, and I'm very thankful for it. The best way you can continue to help with this vision is by keeping tabs on the artists you hear on these episodes. Find them on social media, give them a shout out, and listen to their music, because there really are some extremely talented people here who love to create and are worth listening to. And support like that is 100% free of charge, and it makes a huge difference to each and every one of us that love music, from artists to fans. It means the world. As far as the podcast goes, please share it with your friends, your family. You can even tell your coworkers about it. Just spread the word, because music is such a universal language, and a lot of the time, we only get to see creators through exterior lenses, and very rarely do we get to see them for who they really are, which is just human beings, with all sorts of talents and perspectives that shape the world as we know it. So thank you for listening, and have a blessed week. All love.